Hello and welcome to the Daylight Midnight Show. My name is Greg, and if my voice sounds weird this week, it's because I've been screaming at people in a scare attraction for the past couple of days. Today's show is brought to you in association with Rhiannon, the chiropractor. She's not sponsoring the show, but if I hadn't seen her this week, I wouldn't even be sitting upright, so I wanted to say thank you to her. There's no chance in hell she'll be watching this, but at least I have given her a mention. So let's see what kind of show we're going to have then by activating the Gregometer. This is a very technical device. This was put together by scintillating scientists in Scotland. This measures things like the dilation of my pupils, how fed up I am that we changed the clocks last week, the viscosity of the synovial fluid in my knee joints, and it will combine that to the air around me, and it will come up with one word that it thinks sums up the kind of mood I'm in, the kind of show you're going to have, and it will beam that to the expensive display cabinet behind me. And this week I can tell you the one word that the Gregometer thinks sums me up is dark. Yes, fed up with the winter evenings already, and also plagued by the traumatic internal thoughts that one gets when one is working as a scare actor. I should probably point out, by the way, if you think Greg looks like he's wearing eyeliner, that's because I am wearing eyeliner. Nothing to do with wearing a dress last week. For this scare work I'm doing, I've had to have a lot of heavy makeup on, and I can't get the eyeliner off, so I just haven't bothered. I thought I'd leave it as it is. So let's move on to the Door of Delights this week. Brighton Hove Albion are the chosen Premier League team of the Daylight Midnight Show. We're all following them. I'm not going to do weekly updates, but I wanted to mention them this week because their match is away at Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday evening, and it was about this time last year that I was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for one of the NFL games. Of course, that hasn't been allowed to happen this year, but it was a wonderful occasion, and I think it is actually my favourite sports stadium in the world that I've been to, and Brighton are playing there on Sunday. It's a fantastic building, the design is great, the views are amazing, the facilities are superb, perfect for American football. Just a shame it's in Tottenham. But there we are, you can't have everything. My prediction for the game this week, Tottenham Hotspur 3, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. So let's have a look in the brown folder then. I write little things down in this throughout the week, and then I just bring them up to talk to you about on a Friday. It's potluck, it could be anything. If I was an astronaut, things would get astronauty. Trick or treat at home. This was an idea I had. Obviously, with the situation as it is at the moment, I don't know whether people are allowed to go and knock on other people's doors. Would you even want to with your children? So I thought, why not do trick or treat at home? Station a different family member in each room of the house, close the door, let the children dress up and go around with a little bucket. They knock on each door in turn, and the relative opens the door and hands them some sweets. Trick or treat without the threat of being out in the outside world. I've written here blue moon in inverted commas, what and why. There's been a lot made about the fact that it's a blue moon on Halloween, so I thought maybe this is quite significant. When you look it up, all it means is that it's the second time in one calendar month where you've had another full moon. When I was a lad, we used to have a full moon, a crescent moon and a half moon, and that was it. But everything these days has to have some kind of big name attached to it. So we have blue moons, we have super moons, we have orange moons, we have blood moons, we have COVID moons, we have pasta moons. All it means is blue moon, second time in October that we've had a full moon. But if you want to make that an extra little bit for Halloween, you go ahead. There is actually a circumstance in which you might see the moon shaded blue, and that's if you're standing very close to an active volcano. So if you do see a blue moon tomorrow night, it's up to you, but you might want to consider moving. Halloween snacks I've written here. Didn't have time to do this, but I wanted to come up with some little things that you could do at home with the family, special treats to have for Halloween. Okay, I'm telling you lies. Let's be honest about this. I wanted to use this show and Halloween as an excuse to indulge my sweet tooth. So I was going to come up with all these elaborate things that I could do taste tests of on the show today. But, you know, diabetes is waiting for me around the corner with a big club, so I decided not to do it. But I've just listed a few of my favourites here, things that you can make at home as a family and then enjoy over Halloween. Melted Snickers poured over a plain flapjack base and then placed in the fridge. Peanut butter cookies with pumpkin icing. And toffee cream Viennese whirls, which you can always buy for Halloween, and then put a sprinkling of cinnamon atop them. A perfect bridge between Halloween and the approaching Christmas time. And I think that's everything. That's everything in the brown folder. So, this week, because I like doing this occasionally and because I haven't had time to sort out anything else, we're going to do another one of these little online quizzes that I like to do occasionally. And this is a Halloween special one. This is entitled, Which Horror Movie Character Are You? So I have to honestly answer these psychological questions, and it will then tell me which movie character from a horror I am most like. And if it's not Hannibal Lecter, I'm going to be really disappointed. So question 1, if you were in a horror film, what would be your weapon of choice to defend yourself from the villain? The choices are the closest, sharpest object near you, an axe, a chainsaw, a knife, or a taser. For the purposes of this, because it's very Halloween, I'm going to go with a chainsaw. Question 2, you and your friends are on a road trip. The car's tyre has a blowout in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. What is your reaction? I'm not going to read you all these because there's quite a few of them. But I'm going to be very middle-aged and practical and say that you need to change the tyre immediately. It's not good to be stuck out in the middle of the night, so I'm going to tick the box that says change the tyre immediately. If someone made a horror movie about your life, what movie would it most resemble? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Poltergeist, The Thing, Cujo, or The Silence of the Lambs. The Thing is one of my favourite films of all time, but so is The Silence of the Lambs, and for the purposes of this, that's what I'm going to go with. Which monster are you most afraid of? There's no giant spider. Jaws, Gremlins, Frankenstein, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, or The Wolfman. I'm not really scared of sharks because they're my favourite animal, but to give them a little bit of respect, I'm going to say Jaws. What is your favourite type of horror film? Killer monsters, aliens, slasher films, paranormal or psychological thrillers? I like Aliens franchise, but generally speaking a lot of the Alien films tend to be pretty low-key, so I'm going to go for psychological thrillers. Which horror film villain are you most afraid of? Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, Pennywise, Jason Voorhees, spelt wrong, or Hannibal Lecter? Love Hannibal, but I'm not scared of him. I'm going to go with Freddy Krueger because he haunts your dreams, and my dreams are bad enough without someone coming in and making them worse. Which horror movie mask are you most afraid of? The Scream mask, Hockey mask, Tridoni mask, that's obviously a character from something I don't recognise, a clown mask, or a leather mask. Not bothered by clowns. I'm going to go with the Scream mask because it's that horrible thing like that, isn't it, with the big eyes where you're sort of looking into his soul. 3 more questions. Before the bloodbath at the party, you didn't show up because you weren't invited. I'm playing beer pong with my bro, sitting with a friend and talking, or I'm the first to leave when it gets loud. Again, I'm going to go with the middle-aged, honest option. I don't like it when it starts getting noisy. I'm going to say I'm the first to leave. You must answer the question. Alright, sorry. I clicked on the wrong button. Here we go then. You hear someone in your house in the middle of the night, so do you call the emergency services, hide, go downstairs with a baseball bat, grab a knife to kill the intruder, or climb out of my window and run? My window's on the upstairs floor. I'm going to go downstairs with a baseball bat. That isn't what I would honestly do, but this is about movies. My friend has hurt himself trying to kill the villain and is bleeding. What is my reaction? Laugh? Go and get help, do nothing, scream, or get the first aid kit. I would go and get help. I like to think I'd get the first aid kit, but when blood's involved, I'm more likely to go and call for help. Oh, and the answer is that I am the jock or cheerleader. You are the jock or cheerleader. You are the macho man all the girls want. Nothing has ever been further from the truth. Or you're the pretty girl all the guys are lusting after. More accurate. I'm attractive, sometimes narcissistic, and frankly not that intelligent. Unfortunately, I don't get far in a horror movie. The pretty girl is normally one of the first to die because she's an easy target. The tough guy doesn't survive long afterwards. The tough guy normally ruins a good plan and dies trying to prove himself as the alpha male by attempting to kill the villain himself. I've never heard a description of me that is further from the truth, but there we are. I am apparently the jock. So let's do outfit roulette then to decide what I'm going to wear next week. Hopefully not this, because this is incredibly warm and I'm sitting next to my heater. So 3 rolls. The first one is going to be green. So next week I will be wearing my black jacket. I don't know why it took me so long to find that. That will be having yellow under that, so I'll be wearing my vest under my black jacket, and to accessorise all that we will have blue, which is a headscarf. What a fantastic lineup that is going to be next week. So a rhyming couplet to end the show on then. This may not be the greatest show that you have ever seen. I hope you have a very happy Hallow Lockdown Ween. I will see you next week. Have a great 7 days.